Hi, hello everyone. I'm Azara, and this is a new episode of my podcast, Tristan. In this episode, we will see what we did in our last classes on Tuesday 15th of February and Tuesday 8th of February, my birthday, at Ed's classes. So we are performing a play, Grief, by David Kantounas, and this is the script of the play. And what we have been doing in our last classes, we've been just sitting and reading the play together. Why do you do that? So it's common when you're gonna film or you're gonna do a theater play, all actors sit down together with the director and they go through the play. So they start reading it. The difference of what we are doing is normally you already cast, I think, when you are doing the reading. And in our case, we haven't been cast yet. So for it was a way to see who could be who in the play. So while we were doing the reading, we have been talking about the play, talking about the style that this particular play is written in. And so Ed was saying to us, as an actors, we should respect the style of the play. So this particular play is written in a very sharp, direct way. And so it's very fast. And so he was saying to us, different authors have different styles of writing. So while others are like very slow and like big, these other ones are very fast. So you as an actor should carry on with the speed of the play. So what happens sometimes when you just having like a scene that is it's just a dialogue, let's say, between two people, sometimes you tend to slow it down because you are trying to remember the lines, or you're still trying to get familiar to the scene. And so doing so, you change the speed of the play, and that's not great. And so we have been analyzing how this particular play is written, and then we have been analyzing as well what is perhaps the situations that these two characters are encountering. So the play is about Pete. The main character is Pete. He's in all scenes. It seems more to be a film script than a theater script, or at least most of us had that feeling when we first read the script. So Pete is in all scenes. So what's happening with Pete? He's having a breakdown, and so he's getting obsessed with an actress that has committed suicide. And so with this new obsession that he's getting, so what is happening in his normal life, so how his girlfriend is reacting to this, what is happening at his job. He works in an advertising agency, and the things that he's doing after he becomes so obsessed in love, he recognized himself in this actress. So he would go to her funeral, he would go to meet her parents, he would go to meet one of the person who was there helping to release her from the belt. She hanged herself. And the play is about the shadow that we all have, and is that part of us we don't like to show to other people. And so it portrays this couple, Pete and his girlfriend Jane, mid-20s or late 20s, and they maybe live in a big city, and they have different jobs, and their life is quite lame. So they don't do anything particular is just living, like basically working, going home, like perhaps going out time to time, but there's not that much in their lives. And it's somehow a life you can, I would say, like you see a lot of people having this type of life, especially in big cities, where it's just it's a routine, what you have. So that can bring you to this state of like boredom, perhaps not in your relationship or in your life. And then Pete, for instance, he says that he works 60 hours at his other agency. He's working in a campaign. So as well, like overworking, which is something very, very common in today's society, can bring you to have a breakdown and like wondering, hello? Hi, sorry, it's like, sorry, it's just. So, he's David, he's somehow portraying this life that you might have in London or in another big city, and how we confront the part of us, the shadow. Ed was told us like to think about music that we would use in the play, and I've been studying TikTok for the past like 2-3 days. I use it for business, and I wanted to understand how the platform works for my business. And so I was very surprised to discover the content I could find in TikTok. I was aware of the dances in TikTok, and I've seen a lot of content, like beauty content, but it was something that was really catching my attention, and I found very disturbing and wondering, why do people do that? And because it's something completely new for me, and I've been always very interested to understand what we as human beings we do in society. And so I came across of this content. So people who talk about very very difficult and harsh situations, like situations of losing a family member, like a child or your partner, situations of abuse, so really harsh. And so people could post photos, and then, or like doing a video of them doing like perhaps like washing their face while they write the story of what happened to them, which is like horrendous. And then you have this music in the background, which has nothing to do with what you're seeing. So my first thought, it was like, why do you do that? Like, why should you post this in a platform like for the people? I don't know. I think that's a different topic, but yeah, I was really surprised by this content. And then what I saw as well, like TikTok, so it started as a platform for youngsters, like teenagers, I think, and then like 20 something, and now you can find people of every age in TikTok doing the dances, doing the beauties, doing funny videos. There's a guy I really like. He does like kids born in the kids born in the 80s, kids born in the 90s, and kids born after 2000, and like how do they compare, like how do they behave at the same situation. And he's particularly funny. I find him hilarious. But so I said that, so my idea, going back to what we were saying about the music, so my idea was to use TikTok music in this play. Why? First of all, because everyone can relate to the music. So it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you use a lot or not TikTok. Most of the people would recognize this song as a TikTok song, or a song that you can hear a lot now on the radio or on the internet or wherever. So is that you get that connection from the audience. And then I got the idea. So I watched this film a long time ago. It's called Reality Bites, and it's about changing. So it's like you finish in university, you are like in your 20s. It's kind of like when you change from being youngsters to become an adult, but you're still a young adult. So all these things that's going on at that age and you. So it's like it's a very well-known film from 90s with Winona Ryder and other stars of that time, and it was a generational film. Like people really, sorry again. So the idea of using TikTok music, it was just once. The first reason is because people would recognize it, whatever age they are. So audience would see an element in the play that is familiar to them. So it will help them to relate a bit more with the play. And then I saw this film, Reality Bites, a film from the 90s, and the music was integrated in the film in a very smart way. So they are in a music shop, so the music is the background of the shop, or perhaps they are at home and they put the radio and the music star at that moment. So the soundtrack of the film, the music of the soundtrack was a part of the film, which I really like it. So because Pete is in every transition, Pete is in every scene that we have. So I thought, and he's like, I think he's 27, like calculating the numbers as he says in the play. So he seems to be 27. And I thought 27 years old, well, those guys all the time have these headphones, like the new headphones. I think iPhone was the first one to get this type of headphones. So without cables, like white, and they stay on your ears. And yeah, I would say like a 27-year-old most probably had the headphones on, listening their own music, his own music. So I thought, why not we integrate the music that way? So he is listening the music. So while he has the headphones on, the music is playing and we can listen at it. And then because he's always interacting with somebody in the scene, so when he will interact, so he will take the headphones off his ears. So at that time, the music fades. And that's when they start their scene. And I thought it could work. Then royalty-wise, I think as far as you use it from Spotify, you can use TikTok songs. So that sorts an issue about music. And then it's just giving another characteristic to Pete, like having the headphones, like listening the music, being always in his world. And then aside of it, why using TikTok? So it doesn't, you don't see it in the script, but it's implicit, and is the use of social media, or like how social media has changed our lives and how we are with other people, how we relate, like communicate with the people. How do we behave? Like before, I don't know, if you wanted to relax, maybe you were going to talk, like you were meeting your friends to go to the bar and have a chat, or you were calling a friend. While I would say now most of the people, if they want to relax, they just scroll either Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or wherever. So they just scroll something on the screens. And so slowly we're losing this interaction that we have in between people. So as well, because we're losing that, we are isolating ourselves within ourselves. being our choice to do that. So so I passed on this idea to Ed. I think he liked it. And then I was talking to my classmates. I was asking them which ideas they had for music, and I shared with them my idea. And some of them told me that they liked the idea. So I'm not sure if we're gonna do that or not yet for the play, but here we go. So what we can take as a tip from these classes of we have been doing with it, through reading the script of the play that we're gonna do. So first of all, when you read your script, that's kind of a sacred moment. So be full on, like all your attention is on the script. So you're alone and phone is not bothering you, or like people around you. Take the time to read it, and then read it a few times. So we read it in our class, and then I read it again alone while I was preparing the scenes. And more you read it, more ideas come to you of like how to play the characters, or like what's happening with the characters, or you start understanding a bit more the play, or things that perhaps were not so crystal clear at the beginning when you were reading the play, then start making sense. So it just helps you to have a broader idea of the play and getting deeper into it, as perhaps the idea I had with the music. That through the music is going to social media, which is part of the play, which is not explicit on it, but you understand it has to go with that. So just keep yourself open for new ideas and for being creative within the play. Well, thank you so much. I will see you in our next episode. Thank you.